this is Joyce Glass and I'm the Right Coach. And today we are talking about how to create classy graphics. Do you ever wonder how people create those cool looking memes or different fonts or how they do certain things? Well, today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that I use to create graphics. Of course, in this limited time, I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but I'm going to give you some great pointers to get you going and get you started. So the first thing, there's 3 basic steps to creating a classic graphic. Is first you want to choose a program or site that you want to use. My favorite is Canva, or I use Keynote on my computer. I have a Mac. You can use Keynote also on iCloud.com. If you have any Apple device, you have an Apple ID, you can sign in, or you can create one if you want to use Keynote on a PC. You go to iCloud.com, or you can use PowerPoint on a PC or a Mac. They do similar things. Some things I like Keynote does better than working with PowerPoint. Some things are a little easier, at least it seems to me. I've been using it more. But if you're comfortable with PowerPoint, or even if you're not comfortable with PowerPoint, it's a good idea to try it out because there are some different things that you can do. Another option is that a suggestion was made was Pixlr.com and PicMonkey.com, which I used to work with PicMonkey some. I prefer Canva. Again, it's just all what's comfortable for you. They do some do similar things than others. Some things do different, and you may use a combination of 2 or 3, because sometimes I use Canva to create part of the graphic, and then I'll use Keynote to finish it off, and I may crop it in a program I have on my computer called Preview. So that's the first thing, is you're going to pick a program to use. Then you're going to choose a great photo, or take one yourself if you have one. Sometimes I've even used screenshots for my pictures, because I'll show you right here this blog post blueprint. All I did is take a screenshot of creating a blog post right here, and then I put this picture, the screenshot, into Keynote, and put in the text, how to create a blog post in WordPress, and made a simple graphic for this blog post. So that's one way that you can do it. Let's go back over here. And oh, here we are. So the next thing is you're going to choose this photo, or you're going to take one. Again, my favorites are Pixabay.com or freedigitalphotos.net. Both of these you can find free and paid graphics on both of those, or you can go to the allfreestock.com, 123rf.com, or Shutterstock. All the freestock.com is our free photos that you can use without worrying about any copyright infringement. Same with Pixabay and Free Digital Photos. Some of them it'll say you need to give attribution, and what that means is somewhere on your post you need to have saying this photo is in courtesy of freedigitalphotos.net or pixabay.com, whichever one that you use. Then the 123rf and Shutterstock, both of those are paid versions of where you can get paid graphics and photos for your graphics. So you want to check into that. Depending upon what you're looking for, you may want something a little nicer and pay for it. If you are doing something for your book cover, or for a something that you want printed on something nicer than if you're just doing something like a blog post. The next thing is, of course, you want to add your text to your graphic. So you're going to add your quote or any information that you want on your graphic. Remember that if you design your graphic, you want to add your website or your hashtag to it to let people know that that's something that you created, and that it's not just something you found for free and that they can use. Make sure the font that you use is a clear font. It's easy to read. So if you see this font that I'm using here on this blog post, it's easy to read, it's clear, it's not too, curly Q. And plus the look of this blog is a lot more clean and simple than some things you may be doing for a design. So you may want a fancier font, that's fine. You just need to make sure that it's readable and it's a good size and all the letters, you can understand them. Then the other thing is you want to have max of 3 fonts on a graphic. 1 or 2 is best. 3 is possible. Just looking down here at this graphic, this is something I created in Canva. This banner thing here I created. It's a part of my website and in my I put it on my Facebook cover. But you can see this is one font. There's different fonts here in my logo, and then you can't hardly see my name down here, but that's a different font. But if you see the two are similar and kind of mimic each other, so they're not so completely different. And the reason you do that is you don't want your graphic so busy it's distracting if you have all kinds of different crazy fonts or pictures on there. You want to make it simple and easy to read, depending upon obviously what you're doing. Again, this is a graphic I created in Canva.com too. Is my header for up here. I put my logo in it, and this was just a shape and a basic black background, which, as you can see, worked out nice and simple to go with my site. So let's take a look real quick at Canva.com, and I'm going to show you how Canva works. And you can see I have created a lot of graphics in Canva and lots of different things that you can do with Canva. So let's do, we're gonna, let's see, I can delete that, was from earlier today. Let's do a Facebook post, do that, and show you some different things. So Canva has layouts. They're templates that they're already in here that you can use. And here we'll go ahead and use this template. And you see it's got a picture here, and it's got a background and some text already here. It has elements. There's all kinds of different things. There's free photos, even in Canva, that you can use. You can go down here and look, and everything that says free is free. So you could change out the photo if you want with one of their photos. So you could pull this over here and change that out. And that's one way to do that. They also have grids, so if you wanted to create a photo grid on your graphic here, there's different kinds of frames you can put around the pictures, that if you want different things, like you could do different things like this down here. And I haven't seen this before, but you could do a little mobile phone, so put it, and everything is just kind of drag and drop, and then you can make it the size you want. You can also turn it if you want using this little thing. It rotates it, so you can rotate it if you want to rotate it. We'll keep it straight, and then that picture in there, if you want to change out that picture, you can go back to the photos. Let's see if there's any photo we want to put in there. So we'll put this photo in there. Alright, so you see how you can just drag and drop photos. You can put your own photos in, and you can put your own backgrounds in. So like the background that I may like for here would be this. And you see it's not popping in the background there. So what I can do is I can make it go in the background. But I'm going to get it, I'm going to blow it up so it's covering that whole top. And then you see this arrange button here, and you just hit back till all the text, okay? So it's behind everything there. So now I have a textured background. The other interesting thing about backgrounds, let's see, we'll go ahead and we'll do this, put that here. And where's that cream? That's interesting. Oh, it has a filter on it. So I can take the filter off and tell it I don't want a filter on it. So you do have filters here for your picture, so if you want to edit them a little that way. It still looks a little weird. Normal, brightness, contrast. So you can play with that some. And if you want to do a different kind of background over on this part, if you wanted to change that background up at the top, something that I just learned recently, let's see, whoops, we could do this up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of, if you clicked on the big part of the red, you can see how it's really big there. That's how I know that's background. So there's that other background, but you can go in here and you can change that. So we could change it to black, we could change it to a red, we could change it to a blue. That's close to the blue, but not quite the blue, there you go. So this is the other thing. So you can put the custom color in here. Let's see, I always get that backwards. It's BEB. There we go. And so that's the color that I use on my site. If there's a certain color you use on your site, you just hit the plus sign and you can change your color right there. And then you can go over here and you have it all set up, and you can go in here and change your text. And we can do tips from the right coach. Oops. This is some big old font. So you can do that. And of course I don't like the way that looks, so we can take off the right coach part. Okay, we took off the right coach part, and we can move that down a little. We'll grab you see where there, when it has that little symbol, you can do that. So there you go. And we can make that bigger, or we can make it a different font. So if we want to make it bigger, and like, oh, I don't want that, so take that off. And there you go, and I don't want this, so I could delete that. And that looks like that's an element too. Yes, it is. So we can take that off. Now you can, I'm going to go ahead and delete this too, because yes, delete element. I want to show you some banners. And oh, if you want to make sure it's centered, see how that line pops up right there, the purple line. Whenever you want to make sure it's centered, you just kind of start moving it back and forth. And somewhere there it is. There's that line. I need to push that in a little. There. So tips from the right coach. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks like it's off because of all those lines, and this is a different font spaced out than that. So I actually moved it over a little more. So again, you just may have to use your eagle eye to get things, but it will help you center things up too. So you have these backgrounds you can use. There's free elements, or you can buy some. All their elements are just $1. This wood element, that's pretty too, if you wanted to use that. And of course, until you pay, it has this canvas, this background on it with the X's and diamonds. And then when you go to save it, if you want to pay for it, then you can. So let's see what some polka dots look like. There we go. There's some gray stripes that way, and then we can go, and if I want to change those gray stripes, we can make them black, or we can make them blue, like that. So you just can go up here and change the color. You can filter it, give it a little drama, make it epic, a little edgy, whatever. All those filters kind of make it look a little bit different. You can change the intensity. So, oops, did not mean to do that. There we go. So now you have your top there. So here are your pictures here that you can actually load in yourself. Here's backgrounds that you can choose from. You can put it on there and then you can change the color of the background. And then text, if you want to add text, if you want a different text than what's here, or if you want to have some kind of look to it, like this right here has the X in it, and you can change the text. So if you could put tips, from right there. You can change it like that if you want. I'll delete that. You can do, down here are there some shapes with text in it that you can edit the text. And then there's banners. I like some of the banners here. We'll pull this one up. So let's move this down. Or actually, we'll just delete this one right now. And you can put the banner there, and then you can change. And this is the great thing about this, then you can change everything about it. So you want to change that color to, let's just change it to white. And you want to change the outside color, you can change it to a black. And then if we want to go over here and change the text color on this, we can change it to a white. And again, change that to a white. So you can customize the colors to anything that you want. And see, then the whole thing is there, and there it's centered. So you have something with a date on it if you wanted the date on it. Let's see, where's some, here's a ribbon. And you can customize all the text here. So let's delete that. So you can see, I want to do that in black. And again, you can customize all of this. Let's do a black and make this one white. And you've got a little ribbon there. Here's another ribbon that you can use right here. Oops. And again, same thing, you can customize it. You can customize the size, how big you want it, if you want it the whole width, if you want it smaller. Alright. And then let's center it up. And let's go over here, and we can change all of this. That's kind of some pukey brown. So let's see what makes that black. And we'll make that white. And we'll make that a blue. It kind of fades in. And then we can come over here and change the text color to a stark white. If you want to change the text, you just do that. Change the font style. You can do that. So every little thing can be changed. It can be moved. So if you want it angled, you can turn it around. So the best way to learn Canva is to just kind of get in here and start playing with it. Another element that I want to show you that you can do besides free photos, and this is one that I like, is using the shapes. You can do the shapes like this. So a lot of people, you'll see a circle on a quote. So let's delete this off of here. Nope. I'll delete the whole thing. And let's make that a little smaller. We can make it centered. So you want to do a white, and then you can make it a little opaque. So you can change the transparency here. And then if you would like to add some text, you go to the text button, come up here, and just, if you want a heading, a subheading, whichever way you want, because you can change the font. Add that there. So let's change that. I kind of like, this is a pretty script. Let's see if it's readable. So join me for tips from the right coach. Okay. This was a good thing to quote, or if you want to invite somebody to a webinar or tell people about your book, a quote from your book. This would be a nice thing that you can do here. You just pick a font that you like, center it up. You can have your background, and again, you can change that background by going over here. If this is not the background that you like, you can come over and choose one that fits better with you. And like I said, the wood is a pretty one. Let's delete this whole element here. And you can move that up. And that would make a nice quote. Of course, you would want it all centered up. And when you go to download, let's see, that's centered that way. Center. And get it centered that way there. So you see it's centered. And then you'll want to get this centered. There. Oh, there. And that would make a nice quote, something about your book, whatever how you want to do it. So when you go to hit download, it's going to ask you if you want to purchase it. And you can purchase it one at a time, or you can do $10 and it will save it for each time. If you want to do it that way, you can. Of course, I'm not going to purchase that, so let's change our background to something like this. So there we go, and there's a nice fun look. Again, you can change the background here to whatever colors that go with your theme. So I hope that helps you. And so the next thing that we want to do, go back over here to our post, is I wanted to show you Pixabay and how that works in free digital images. If you're looking for any, it's similar on all of them. So say you want something like, of course, a lot of times I'm looking for people writing, and I'll put in people writing, and it brings up this, and then I can choose one of the pictures like that, and I can do a free download. And it'll let you choose which size you want, and you can download it. The thing I do like about Pixabay, you do not have to give any kind of attribution. You just can use it, and there's the free versions. Some images on Pixabay, you do have to, it'll take you to like Shutterstock or somewhere that you can buy them. So like if you go back and look at, see these up here, so it says Shutterstock. These are paid images. So if I wanted one of these, it takes me to the shutterstock.com, and I can purchase the image from them. And it tells me from there, you know, what size, depending upon what size I want, whether or not I want to pay for it. Most of my images, like I said, are free, or I do make them, I create them. So let me show you one that I created. Well, this one is one that I just purchased. I wanted to show you this. I just purchased it and simply put it there. I did nothing to it. But then there's another one. Where is my other one? Oh. It is, it's not that one. Well, grammar tip is one of them. This is a chalkboard image that I found on Pixabay, and I put that into Keynote. I'll show you in a minute. And I make that the background, and then I use the it's called Chalk Duster is the font, and I created it. It looks like somebody wrote on the chalkboard. And so I did all of my examples in this post using that same thing. So this is the pronoun post about pronoun agreement. And it's very simply done. As you go into Keynote, you download the picture from Pixabay. And let's see, in Keynote, I think this is it. Yeah. So you see I went in here and I created those posts. So that's how you do that. It's by simply picking the font, because I just put the image on there. And so let's do one here. Like, well, here's a plain one. So we'll just duplicate. And I grab that image. I have to remember which folder I have it in. Pretty sure it's in my blog post. I know where it's at. It's always good to keep your photos in a similar place so you can find them easily. So here's a chalkboard that says welcome. I've got that on there. Where are my other chalkboards? Here they are. So I think this is the one. Or no, is it this one? This is the one that's got the acrylic here. Yeah. So I just import it in here and I make it the size of the slide. And the other way that you can do that too is go to Arrange and tell it to take Constrain Proportions off. And I can stretch it to the size of the slide, which stretch this there so I can see that better. So all I did was took a picture and put it on top of that slide right there. And then I'm ready for text, and I go in here and I add text, and I pick Chalk Duster is my font right here, and there's also Chalkboard and there's Chalk Duster. And I can start typing. So, tips from the right coach. Now obviously the black on that, it does not look so good. So you can go in and change the font color. Make it white, you can make it bigger. Whatever works for what you're doing. And you want to make sure you can read it good. So there's a simple way where you can just bring a picture in and put text on top of it. I created our logo here. This is Learn More About. This is our logo. I simply put it in there and added this text up here. This is a slide that I use in the beginning of a video. This is another one that I created for one of my blog posts. I actually found something similar to this on Shutterstock, but it was, I don't know, $4 or $5, and I didn't want to pay $4 or $5 for a picture on a blog post, so I went in and created it myself, and I think mine is actually a little different than theirs. And then I did this, I shared this graphic in our Writers Network group on Facebook, have people sharing their Facebook page. So you see how you can just kind of change the fonts. You can change this, and this is a different blackboard. You can see it's a different blackboard. The other thing that I did was to create these circle pictures. There's many ways you can do that. One of the ways that I found that works for me, because I think you can do this in Canva. I'm not totally sure. But I worked on this myself, and so I was like, oh. So you see I've got the shapes up here, and I can put it in here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And you want to make it however big you want the circle to be. See, that's kind of more oval looking, so I want it more circle sized. Bring it down a little more. And you can see the size right there. So, see the, so I've got 692 by 665, so I want, if I do 692, there. So you see when you start stretching, it's the same 692. So then that should be a good circle. See? So it's a perfectly round circle. And you saw the little measurements. That's how you could tell I got it to the right size. Then you click on it and you go to, it's under Style. And you can put Image Fill. And then you can go over here and you can choose an image. And I'm going to see, I might have my headshots in here. Come on. It's being a little silly. Let's try that again. Yeah, here's 2016 headshots. So I think it's one of these two here, yeah. It's this one that I used. And you see it's trying to tile it for whatever reason. So we're going to put Scale to Fill. And you see it put it in the right place. And then can I do this? No, it won't let me. And then we can do original size. Nope. Scale to Fit. And Scale to Fill. So you see if you play with it, then you get the right size. Now, how do you save a picture out of Keynote? You simply go to File. And it's very similar in PowerPoint. And you want to save it as an image. And I just want this slide saved as an image. So this is number 11. And you do number 11. And I like to do a PNG. And then you hit Next. That's just a nicer quality. And then this is headshot circle. And we'll put it in. We'll put it in back in those pictures. Hit Export. Actually, should have put it in Downloads. All right. Oops. Cancel. Just shrink that down. There it is. So now if you look at that, that's got that white on it. And if I, whoops, if you see it's got the white all the way around it, if I wanted to use that on anything, it's going to have that white background. So if I just want the circle to show up, I need to crop it. And on a Mac, this is a preview. You can open it up and do that. There's other places you can go to on a PC. I'm not as sure as to what you would use to crop it on a PC, but I think Colleen said today Pixlr, you can actually crop it if you wanted to like this. It will let you do that. But this is preview on the Mac, and it lets you crop it. And you want to make sure you're just at the edge so you don't get any of the white. And you hit crop. And there you have the perfect circle picture, and you can save it. So we'll go ahead and save it. And you're ready to go to put that picture into any other thing. So just like I've got it in many of the things on my website, you know, you can see it. Well, that's not the circle one. But you can see it, there's different places I have it. Oh, I know where I have it. There we go. It's a circle right there on my Facebook page. So this is something that I created in Canva. Again, this is just my logo. And then I created this little block and I made it a little transparency and put those bars in between it and was able to create that Clarify, Create, Complete. So there are lots of things that you can do with images for your website, for your book. And let me show you a couple of things for your book that you can do. When I created I Need God and I Need God for Moms, I had them create some graphics for me. So this right here is actually could be like a bookmark, and we created on the side. You also want them to create a 3D book cover for you, your graphic designer, whoever creates your book cover. You want them to create a 3D book cover for you, I mean a 3D photo like this that you can use in your promotional material. It makes it look a lot nicer and it's easy to use and it gives people a visual what your book looks like. And then here is the I Need God for Moms and the ineedgodbook.com, and then there's the I Need God Moms is the hashtag, and the ineedgodbook.com is where they can learn more about that. And I created a lot of quotes on that. Let's see, like here, and promotional. I gave it away as a promotion. So I created this actually using Keynote. Or it actually may have been PowerPoint at the time because I don't know if I had Keynote when I was doing this. And then you have, here's the bookmark, which can also be used as a header for your emails. It can be used as a header on Facebook. There's lots of different things. So when you have a graphic designer create your book, so here's the front of my book for I Need God for Moms. There's the back of the book. I had the graphic designer create this for me, and then someone else created this for me. So then you have some basics you can use in your marketing material for promoting your book online, on your website, in emails. And then I did this. I actually put this together. I really would have loved, I didn't have a very good picture of the I Need God book, the first book. So it's kind of looks funny, but if I would do it over again, I would redo that to be a 3D picture, but a better 3D picture, because like this, it didn't look too bad together, but you can still tell that that other one's a better looking picture. I also got the background. So the background of the book is this color, so I can use that background on my own graphics. I created a lot of different graphics with quotes and things like that, or promotional material. Anything on the website, I could use that background. So that's what you want to do with the graphics, is you think about it when you have a graphic designer, while you have them, is for not much more, because they're already working with all of your materials. See, all of these elements they already had. It was just a matter of putting them together. And so have a bookmark made, or a postcard. I had a postcard made for the I Need God book, with on the front it had information about the book, and on the back it had my information. Let me see if I have that where you can see the digital form of it. No, but this is the other thing. This is what a graphic designer will send you. This is something that you can send to, I think that's the thing that you send to the printers. Might be that one, I'm not sure. One of those I sent to the printers. And that's what you send for them to do it. To actually print, if you're self-publishing, to print the book. I am not seeing. Here's the Facebook ad I did. Nope. So I know I'm not seeing that. So anyways, God, that's just other stuff. I had a postcard made. So I hope this helps you in getting your graphics designed for your book, for your website, for whatever you're promoting, your social media. So you choose a program. There's a couple of different ones you can choose from, or using a mix and match, create something on your computer and add it into Canva, or create something in Canva, put it on your computer, whichever way it works for you. And then find a great photo to put in it, or create one yourself, and then add the text. Make sure you have a clear font. Make sure you put your website and or hashtag on the photo, and use a max of 3 fonts on one graphic is the best thing, because it gets too busy otherwise. So thank you for watching this. I'm glad you're here, and I want to invite you. I am a member of the Write Academy team, and we have a Create Your Writing Plan that we're giving away right now. It's a whole series, and you get a free 2017 writing planner in it. It really helps in motivating you and getting you organized to set up and keep target of what your goals are with your writing. So sign up for that at thewriteacademy.com. The Write Academy is a monthly program that Colleen Wheatmartian and Peter Wheatmartian and I all created together for you to help writers with the writing process. And we are going to open up the doors again in April. Right now you can't get in, but if you want to check it out, you go to that link right here and you can learn more and be put on our wait list. And whenever we open the doors again, then you will be notified. And right here is where you can sign up for your writing planner. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tips from the Write Coach.